Hello, and welcome back to the Cade and Joaquin Talk at You podcast, starring your host, Joaquin, and Joaquin's co-host, Cade.
You do the same bit every time you get to intro
I didn't do
the
this
podcast.
last time.
I know, but every time it's the same, like, hello. It's the same, like, broken.
No, last time I did a romantic one.
Oh, I forgot
I did
about
that
the
one last
romantic
time.
one.
The first time I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
This is only the third time I've ever done it.
How is that possible? This is the 10th episode. You should have done it 5
We've done a couple
times.
like multi-intros. You've done intros, and then we did one we didn't do an intro. I'm not sure. Someone wants to check
someone
for that.
watch back through all 10 episodes of the podcast. Happy 10th episode of the podcast, everyone.
That was fast.
That was so fast.
Yeah. That was really fast.
To get to 10, yeah. It also feels like we've been doing this for a long time, but I guess that's just because we've been YouTubing for a long time.
For 6 years.
So I want to jump right into the topic of today. Joaquin, we just had dinner, you and I.
Uh-huh.
We had chicken wings, and I have thought about this for many months, for maybe even years, since I've started eating chicken wings. I've always wanted to use latex gloves because I hate the smell of chicken on my fingers. I hate the way that it makes me feel. But the gloves, they created this nice barrier where you're still getting the tactile experience of touching that fresh, hot, slippery chicken. But you don't got to deal with the aftermath of that smell lingering.
Let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of soap?
Yes.
Have you tried using soap?
I have. Whenever I eat
Like
chicken wings, I scrub. I have to take a full shower to get the smell to leave.
Yeah, I think you're just eating chicken wings too aggressively then, because it's never that deep for me.
I eat them in a way where I need to take that shower. I don't even just feel. I feel like it's all over me. Like I feel disgusting, like a pig eating from a trough.
You feel like the sauce is all over your body.
Yeah,
when it's on your fingers.
Correct. And it's a little bit on my face, but I'm able to manage that more immediately because I'm not going to dive back in for the chicken with my hands. I can wipe that right off. I got a moist towelette. I'm 20 years old. In a couple months, I'm going to be 21 years old. That's weird, right?
Yeah. I don't want to fucking talk about the chicken wing shit anymore.
Why?
Because it just angers me. I don't want to get into it.
You also were getting angry with the way I was just eating.
Yeah, because you fucking chew like...
I don't mean to. It's just
like there's a vat of spit just in the bottom of your jaw. Just like
I create a lot of moisture as a person, both in my mouth and on my hands. And it's something that I utilize both for...
Because your fingers are so flat. You like suck, you got like frog fingers.
What do you mean they're flat?
Hey, look at the tips of my fingers. They're rounder. Look how flat yours are. Look at it like this. Mine are round. Your pointer finger is flat.
Hold yours next to mine.
Look at that. Your pointer finger's flat, dude. You ever notice that?
On the top? I mean, yeah.
Right here. Like, it's flat. It's like you're a frog.
Why is that?
Look at mine. I'm round. See, my fingers are round.
Yeah, yours round a bit more. Mine.
You're like a cinnamon stick. Remember they sell those in lunch and the breakfast?
I have like Jack Kirby fingers. What?
Like, have you ever been to like school and you have breakfast there?
Mm-mm. I wouldn't get breakfast at school because I didn't eat breakfast when I was little.
We had very different lives then, because I'd be at school at 7 o'clock in the morning.
I also lived like 5 minutes away from.
Yeah, I lived 30.
Yeah,
I had to go to before care because my mom had to go to school.
I didn't know there was before care.
Before care and after care. Yep.
Dang, I knew about after care. I didn't know before care was a thing though.
Yeah, I went to both for a long time. So I'd get up at 6 in the morning.
Oh my god.
Leave the house by 6:30. Get there, school around 7:10 around that time. Then be at school for the whole day till about like 3-4. Picked up from being aftercare for maybe about an hour and a half. Get picked up, drive all the way across back past my house into nice area. Baseball practice till about 9:30 at night. Get home.
For everyone who knows, those two sensors that I just put on the screen were Joaquin saying locations that we live near.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I just wanted to clarify.
And then get there, have baseball practice till about 9:30. Get home about 10. Maybe eat dinner on the way there on practice or after. Go to sleep. And that was my life for about 8 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And when people ask me why I stopped playing baseball, that's the first thing that always comes back to my brain.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As a small child, that's a lot.
And then
on the weekends, when I get to travel baseball, I do all that. And on the weekends, I get up at around 5 o'clock.
Oh my God.
Get in the car. Go sleep maybe about an hour or two. Travel there. Then I'm there from 8 till, on a good weekend, about 10, 11.
A.M. or P.M.?
P.M.
Oh my God.
Then we get home. And if you played good on Saturday, the Sunday games are a little later in the day because they're in the tournament games, like the championship games. You get back there.
That sounds miserable.
Rinse and repeat. And then sometimes in the summer, I still couldn't be in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So we would go to Taekwondo camp. I had Taekwondo camp for about 8 till maybe around 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Good baseball practice.
Did you ever do baseball practice while at the Taekwondo camp?
No, because it was 2 separate things. And they were,
But did you try? Did you do a crossover?
No, there was no point because I knew I was in I'll get my workout done.
But you could have gone up to the sensei, said, "Listen, guy, I have my cleats and bat already on and with me."
And then you would maybe do planks for about an hour.
But here's the thing: what you could have done, you could have pitched this. You get 4 boys, get them into a lot of trouble, get them all to plank.
Played basketball
the bases. More. You played basketball more at Taekwondo
they had
camp?
basketball hoops outside, so if we do an outside activity,
would you kick?
I played basketball.
But would you be doing your poomsays and then it would go into the...
No, because we were playing basketball.
But how did it connect to the Taekwondo camp?
Because it was just a camp. So you'd learn... So, okay, the way it would work is that you'd go there and it's just like a summer camp kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd go there and then maybe midday have a Taekwondo class, or maybe later they have a Taekwondo class.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it was midday because later in the days when the adults would come in or people who were year-round school would come in for their camp, for their classes. So we'd be there midday, having a midday camp, and then the rest of the day was kind of just chilling, doing activities. We'd go on trips to parks or whatever. It was a fun time. I had a lot of cool people there.
Yeah, that sounds...
Pools,
I was
whatever.
envisioning that it was Taekwondo all the time.
No, it wasn't fucking training camp. Or
that's
shit.
what I was envisioning.
It was like summer
Taekwondo
camp. It was just summer
Okay.
camp of Taekwondo. So
Okay.
we do summer, and dude, I was fucking shredded, man.
Uh-huh.
As a middle schooler, and I kind of stopped doing towards 8th grade, 9th grade. I stopped doing it, so I was kind of still in shape when I went to high school. I was shredded. I saw a picture of myself a couple weeks ago when I was that age. What the fuck, man?
You were fucking
It looked like they were injecting creatine straight inside my into my veins. You know what creatine is?
Horse.
No, it's not horse tranquilizer. Creatine's this thing that we naturally produce, which kind of gives us more of a boost when we're working out.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take it, it gives you an extra boost, and it really makes you kind of cracked
What
out.
are horse tranquilizers called?
Horse tranquilizer?
No, there's there's a medical term.
Ketamine.
Ketamine. Yeah, that's close to
Ketamine.
the other thing you said.
I need my ketamine boy.
Why are you Mr. Krabs?
Boy. It's some fucking
Eugene?
weird... It was some weird meme that I saw, and Mr. Krabs a fucking ketamine addict. He's "Undrop me, boy. I need me ketamine."
Dude, I saw this clip from SpongeBob earlier today where the Krusty Krab caught on fire, and SpongeBob's fucking freaking out. So he hides behind Mr. Krabs, and Mr. Krabs "Use the fire extinguisher, boyo!" And then he hands him the fire extinguisher, and SpongeBob throws it. He just throws it right at the fire, and he's standing really proud of himself. And Mr. Krabs is "Oh my god, I've hired an idiot."
My favorite scene with SpongeBob and fire related. There's a
There's a lot of fire under the sea.
He's inside, he's surrounded by fire and starts breathing really heavy. He's start trying to blow it out, and it's just not working. I don't know what it is, but something about just the panic look they gave him. I saw a thing. Did you send it to me on Amazing World of Gumball?
Possibly.
About saying that Amazing World of Gumball is better than SpongeBob ever was?
I did not say that.
No, I don't know if you said, but you sent it. Someone sent it to me.
I don't think I sent that to you because I haven't heard that.
Amazing World of Gumball is good, but SpongeBob in its prime is a different bead. It's a different breed.
It's a different bead. It's a little green bead that you put on a friendship bracelet. And Gumball, I would say it's more of a Fruit Loop on a Fruit Loop necklace. I don't know what voice that turned into. That was in my throat. You looked at my stomach. That noise was in my throat.
Did not want to go down.
The liquid IV is trying to force back up.
Sorry, not to change the subject to you, but so I don't want to expose too much about my personal life, a personal side of my life.
Okay.
Involving someone else.
Okay.
But a lady that I know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to expose her because I don't know if she's comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm. Let's give her the name of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. She introduced me to this new snack thing that I'm kind of addicted to.
What is it?
It's the ramen packs.
Like a regular, like a brick of ramen.
Yeah. In a little plastic container. Crush it up. Open it. Get the seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
Dump the seasoning inside. Shake it up.
Just not cook the ramen.
Mm-mm.
That's your secret.
That's not really a secret. It's just what she taught me. Kind of fucking like it. It's really good.
I did that when I was little.
I never knew about that.
I wouldn't crush it up.
My parents wouldn't let me. They were like, if I did that, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, sorry. Just dropping it to the sink. To the pot of hot water that was just magically there.
If I was home alone and I was hungry, what I would do is I might find a packet of ramen.
How often were you home alone as a kid?
Not a lot, but enough that I could experiment.
Yeah.
I would go...
That was like a dubstep fucking
That was
burp.
a deep burp. I don't know if it's going to...
It sounded like dubstep. Like... Dude, that was fucking. You can make a beat out of that, bro.
Someone make that the podcast theme song. But I got a brick of ramen, and I would open it. I would pour the seasoning on it immediately, and then I would eat it like an apple.
How like an apple if it's square?
Well, just that was what my brain jumped to, because there's nothing square that you eat like that.
Toast, a sandwich, a Pop-Tart.
Well, apple is
an ice cream bar.
You could technically, if you look into the
You know what, Kate? I'm gonna tell you
DNA
this
of the
for
apple.
for the first time ever. I think this might be the first time I ever told you this. You're wrong. You're just wrong.
If you look,
it's okay. No, and listen, it's okay.
I think if you don't,
it is okay to be wrong.
If you used a microscope and you looked at an apple under the microscope,
it's
just
noodles.
little squares and ramen noodles. And it's so engraved in it that it actually has the cup of noodles logo on the little mitochondria.
I used to do a thing where I would not put enough water into my cup of noodles to where when I microwaved it. 'Cause also, apparently, just don't microwave it. I just did.
Yeah.
Like everyone does.
I just realized we've been talking about ramen for like 6 minutes.
Ramen's dope. Who doesn't like ramen?
I don't remember the last time I had ramen.
I'll tell you a funny story actually after this.
Okay.
But I wouldn't put enough water into it to when I microwaved it. So when it was done, the top was hard, kind of burnt a little bit.
Oh, like a French onion soup.
Kind of. So then it'll be enough water to where I can just dump it in and get them like a little moist, but it was still like hard, like a little hard, like.
May I pause you really quick?
Yeah.
The way I said that made me really conscious of how I'm bad at putting emphasis on words.
Because you overemphasize everything?
No, just the specific way I went French onion soup.
Yeah.
All of that was the wrong emphasis.
Yeah. 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 I've been saying this for years.
I've never heard it before until I said French onion soup.
Did you hear my voice kind of peaked there? And then let me go as deep as I wanted to? I think I'm screaming at you a lot today.
You have. I've been in the discipline corner a lot.
Yeah.
With the hat, the pointy little hat, an hour.
I had a friend who was telling me at work that he once got put in the discipline corner for 2 hours. I was like, dude, what?
That's a long fucking
I'm just
time.
staring at a corner for 2 hours.
That feels like it'd make you crazy.
2 hours. He's not normal. He's a little weird guy.
Do you think he was really normal before that? And then he just looked into this corner. He's like, I've seen God.
He met the Messiah. People
can't tell this on the camera. I'm sorry. I just got very distracted. You're sitting in a way that really shows off your crotch and has your shorts hiked up as much as physically possible.
It's comfy.
I'm just saying, I just want to share. There's so much upper thigh. And we went to Target today to do some shopping to get some stuff to ADR for our film that's coming out. And stop. Whatever this is, stop. And you saw a girl who was showing off a lot of leg.
Well, am I in public right now? At a Target?
No.
With a skirt that's literally, you move that skirt up by an inch, you see ass cheek? No, right? So there's a difference. Listen, ladies.
Oh, no.
You can wear whatever the fuck you want. But if you're basically showing ass cheek and you're not at a pool or a fucking beach, it's a little weird, man. You can do what you want, but I'm like, dude, you're at a fucking Target. You're at Target.
The cheeks need to breathe.
Not at Target. Not with AC. You don't need that.
Look, if my cheeks could breathe at Target, they sure would.
I'm not saying you can't do it, but like at the same time, like, dog, what are you doing? What are you doing, baby? Like, what are you doing?
I didn't like how you said baby.
It's from a reference from a show I used to watch as a kid.
Okay, well, that's better.
Yeah.
It just made it uncomfortable with the context.
They'd be like, whatever, like, I think it was, I don't remember what it was, but like, whenever the baby would be doing something. And I don't remember what show this fucking is. They was going, what are you doing, baby? It was like a fever dream kind of show. You ever show that feels like a fever dream when you think about it?
There's one specific show that I'm always trying to remember. I believe it was called Pinky Dinky Doo, which was a show about a girl and her brother in a cardboard box, and she would draw with chalk on the cardboard box and come up with stories.
Is that possible?
I don't see why not.
I just don't know if chalk would work on cardboard.
It might have been a marker. I remember it being chalk.
Whatever. Tomato.
I think it was just because they were like, oh, we need that. They need a reusable box.
You purged a lot of our episodes.
I was the
right
anti-monitor.
That, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you really put the barrel to the head and just boom, bang,
well,
boom.
The thing is, there's a lot of old stuff that's not great. Like a lot.
We didn't know what we were doing.
We didn't know we were doing. There's some stuff that I like to keep just to show our growth. And there is some videos that I want to rewatch. Like I want to have easily available.
I think most of Shovel Knight is that.
Most of Shovel Knight is that. our series Shovel Knight. But a lot of our stuff
If you're new to the show, if you're new to the show, go watch Shovel Knight.
Oh, yeah. If you are on YouTube, we have a fantastic Shovel Knight series that I
good.
highly recommend watching.
Definitely watch that.
YouTube.com/Cade and Joaquin if you're an audio listener.
Ooh, fancy.
A lot of that shit is just bad.
Yeah.
Or it's not bad.
It's because we didn't do the fucking... We, for some reason, so adamant to straight through.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't know why we were so adamant about that.
I think we wanted to make a TV show.
Yeah.
That's what our thought process was, like 23 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. That's
what we
wanted
TV shows
to
roughly length. 23 minutes without the ads.
Yeah.
Commercial breaks.
So we would just go. But that was just a bad idea.
Awful idea.
And so when I say bad, people are like, "Oh, I bet they're really fun to watch." Like it's kind of like a bad movie. No, they're
bad.
They're boring. That's the thing that's wrong with them. A lot of them are just
because we
boring.
weren't good at nonsense talking yet.
Yeah, especially early on, we sucked at nonsense talking
because we points we didn't know what to talk about.
Yeah,
and it's before I came personally to the realization, like whatever thought comes to my brain, that's not probably something I shouldn't say is insensitive. Like an intrusive thought.
Like I just put that lamp up my butt.
Yeah, it's funny though. Intrusive thought being like saying something that's controversial. That's just like you don't believe. It's just like a thought that comes in.
Like women shouldn't be allowed to drink water.
It's like when you're driving and you see like a bunch of bikers. You're like drive into them. And you're like, what the fuck?
I don't believe that. By the way, I think women should be allowed to drink water.
I didn't even hear that.
I said I think women shouldn't be allowed to drink water.
Yeah, you want to say that?
Yeah,
that would create a whole conversation.
Imagine if that was a real dude. Do you know what's sad? That's something I can imagine Republicans saying.
I thought you were going to say like crazy religion saying that.
No, I feel like Donald Trump and his Republican Party could come out and be like, I'm thinking that we should stop letting the women drink water because they're sucking up too much.
You know what I think crazy? Fasting. I understand, like, for the religious purposes, why it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just the thought of not eating. I'm pretty sure you drink water. But
sometimes
not eating for an entire day sounds... I couldn't do it. Like, I don't know. Because I'm not devout enough to a religion like that to change my mindset on things. But it just sounds like... Honestly, wait. Word up to you, dog, because that's fucking crazy.
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for many religions, but I know in Judaism, when you are fasting, generally you aren't going about your day. Because... I don't know if this is for sitting Shiva or not. I'm quite unsure. I do think it's related to when someone dies, though. You spend about a full week where you just kind of don't eat that much. You sit and you're just reflecting. I don't even think you're supposed to shower.
That's like kind of fucked up, though. It's not really a healthy way to get over.
It's not. It's a
really
unhealthy
you're grieving
thing.
And going through death. Suffer with it for a week straight. Just suffer.
Like, the shower thing is especially odd to me.
I'm showering.
I don't know if I've made that up. I need to be honest.
I cannot shower for a week if I'm depressed. But being forcefully not like, okay, say someone died. You're like, I mean, yeah, they died, but they were old and like
time to not shower for a week.
Yeah, now be depressed now for a week. Go ahead. I'm sad. I'm not like depressed. I'm like, no, you gotta be depressed now. I'm like, I don't want to be sad right now. Okay, God.
Don't shower. I don't think you can shower or shave. Now
shaving.
This is something that I only heard about one time.
I
haven't shaved in a couple days. Yeah.
I like the stubble.
I don't. Why do you like when I have stubble?
I don't know. I like people. Like some people. I don't know. I think it looks good with stubble.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't agree.
I think it makes you look like an adult. Not even that. I think you just look good with it.
Thank you.
Like if you had a mustache.
I
would love you with a mustache.
With a thick mustache,
not like a Ron Burgundy mustache. Nice little light, not really thick, but not naked mustache. You know what I mean? Where there's like a lot of patchiness in it. I think if you had a nice little mustache like that, I think it would look good.
I don't think I can grow enough hair on my upper lip to have a mustache.
You just gotta let it happen. Look at dude. How long ago was we stopped filming?
Like 2 weeks.
So I shaved for about 3 weeks. Look how much it's grown in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Nothing basically. Back to our fasting thing. So Ramadan. What is that? Is that Muslim?
Ramadan. I'm unsure. I think it might be. Let me look it up.
I'm not sure. But there's a basketball player named Kyrie Irving who plays the NBA, and he celebrated Ramadan during the playoffs. Right. So I'm pretty sure it was about the first, maybe quarter and a half, maybe half the game, he would still be fasting. So that means literally for an entire day, then playing a high octane sport.
Is he Muslim?
I think so. Yeah. So that's Ramadan. Yeah.
Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. Is one of the most sacred times for Muslims.
And it's like early this year. I'm pretty sure that's when it happened. It takes place usually. But it was fucking crazy to me. Like he was literally fasting for Ramadan during the most intense part of the season for basketball. Also, basketball it's a high octane sport. You're constantly running.
You're moving a lot.
You need
in basketball.
energy.
Yeah.
With no food, you don't have energy.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing him like that, just fake, but basically like
That must
tired.
Yeah.
That was just insane to me. Like good for him because that's insane to do. But I was like, man, that's just nuts. It's just crazy.
To relate it to us, whenever we film, I forget to eat.
Yeah.
Because I'm so focused on getting everything ready for shooting and making sure everybody can get here on time and making sure everyone's scheduled, texting every single person independently.
Big group chat that
well, no one
together.
else answers the group chat. People, when I text them individually, people answer me, and that's what I
They
need.
need to answer. They'll see it and be like, okay, that's where we're going.
I like the response. The response lets me know that I'm getting people to come. And it makes me like I can check on people. I can be like, hey, do you need this? Blah blah blah. I like doing it one-on-one.
I feel like you can do that. Like if you want to ask them, like, hey, just check in or whatever. But just to tell someone that we're all gonna go somewhere, just send it as a big link because everyone's like, okay, we'll click on that. Not copy paste. Did you copy and paste? Or did you type it every time?
I type a unique message to every person.
I really hope when we have bigger productions and we have like a lot more people in these productions, you just independently text everyone.
Well, luckily, when the productions grow, that's not my job.
You get a WhatsApp and whatever. But for a little bit, it's gonna be your job.
It's my job for a long time. But when the production is like big, that's not my job.
And then bing, bang, boom.
I have a WhatsApp account. I keep getting messages from China on there. Do you think people fall when those people message?
Yes.
Like a lot. What percentage of people?
I'd say it's less than 50, but more than 30.
The thing about them is when you get them. They have this new tactic. I don't know if you've seen this, but most of them are like, they message me and they're like, hey, are we still on to meet at this location? So most of the time I stop doing my thing where I will just start fucking with them off the bat. Because I'm like, okay, this person has an appointment that they have to make. I have to make sure that they can get to their person. They know they texted the wrong number. So I'm like, you texted the wrong number. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. My name's Gwen. What's yours? And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's a robot. And then I'm like, oh, my name's Franz.
Bots have been going crazy for the past couple months.
Robots?
Bots, like in comment sections or stuff like that you're doing. That's not a real person.
I know it's not a real person. Yeah.
What the fuck's up with that?
I do not know.
You notice that?
I have
like
noticed
YouTube
it.
comment sections, they're becoming more like related to the video you're watching, or in comments on like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, like I said already, Twitch, like everywhere, man. Like it's fucking crazy. Like some dude, like on fucking Amazon, there's bots now to make money off of it. Like what the fuck's going on with
I don't know what's going on with that. Skynet has come to life, and soon we're going to be having a Terminator situation.
God.
Dun 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 dun. Oh no.
The
cameras are turning on. What? There's a cock in my hole? Is that what you just said? There's a cock in my hole? Is that what you just said to me?
I don't know why I said it.
That's actually what you said?
Yeah, I said butthole.
You said butthole?
I don't know why I said it.
There's a cock. You said there's a cock in my butthole.
I was like, there's a cock in my butthole. Dun 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 dun. You know what?
If the show is called Invincible,
we're moving on.
Then why
for some
can't
reason,
I see it?
The Battlefield theme song and the Terminator theme song are so eerily similar that I didn't want to believe it for a long time until because I played Battlefield first before I watched Terminator. I'm like, no, they're their own thing, man. No. And one day I heard it one day, like Terminator theme song. I'm like, who's playing the Battlefield theme song? I saw someone was watching Terminator, and I went, oh fuck.
I haven't seen Terminator.
Me either.
Okay,
no,
what?
I've seen the first one.
I've seen Terminator Genesis with Jai Courtney.
That's not a real name.
What?
That's not a real name.
Jai Courtney is...
Jai Courtney.
That's his name.
Jai.
Jai Courtney.
How do you spell it?
J-A-I.
Jai.
Jai Courtney.
Courtney.
Yeah.
His two first names. Well, a first name. Jai is not a real name.
Why is that?
I'm sorry, Jai's a weird name.
It's a weird name.
Hey, Jai Courtney got a weird first name.
Come on the podcast. Talk to us about being Captain Boomerang.
Is Jai Courtney a guy or girl? Like, I don't even know.
He's Captain Boomerang.
Oh. Huh.
Why is this throwing such a wrench in your
It's a weird name, is it not?
I mean, I'm used to it, I guess.
Jai, though. Like, Jai.
I mean, it's not like his name is Handgun. If his name was Handgun Courtney, I'd be like, that's a weird name.
That's cool, though.
It's a pretty
Jai?
cool name.
Jai.
It's a good name.
Like Handgun Courtney's like an old Wild West sharpshooter.
That's
you know?
Handgun Courtney over there.
But Jai.
What if his name was like Sun Hat Courtney or Tasteful Duvet Courtney?
No, I'm not into either of those. Jai? No, don't like Jai.
What about just Duvet Courtney?
It was like duvet, like for French.
Duvet Courtney.
So let's remind you something.
Part of the French New Wave.
What do we call her? The name we came up with? Sarah.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah, also Jamie Lee Curtis, and Jamie Lee Curtis speaks French, and
Fluently?
yeah,
That's cool.
and she was.
I'm just going to tell you this. If she gives you permission to talk about her on the podcast more, I'm not going to not call her Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's okay. I was saying that I think I could say merci pretty good, and she's like, say it again. I was like, merci,
Mm-hmm.
like rolling the R, right? It's like you can't roll your R's. I was like, yeah, I can. I can roll my R's. What do you mean? She's like, no, you're not supposed to roll your R's. I was like, oh. I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know why I got really defensive there.
Really?
Like, I was like,
I can't. You pulled out Handgun Courtney. What do you mean I can't roll my R's?
Courtney?
Yeah. Just a tiny little actor in your pocket.
Yeah, but I was like, damn, I really got defensive there. Because I mean, like, I feel I don't have a lot of Hispanic traits.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at me. But rolling my R's is something I have always been able to do without even, like, think about it.
Why'd you hate when that one teacher would call your name in the roster?
She would do it every.
But she was rolling the R's.
No, she didn't roll my R's. She said my entire name
Uh-huh.
in a very annoying.
Say it. Say how she said it.
Joaquin Romeo Ben Venegas.
That's so funny.
Every day.
That's a good bit.
It is, but after first couple weeks, 4 months in, you're like, okay, Romeo Ben Venegas. I'm like, yeah, I know what the fuck you're gonna say, bitch. I know what's happening.
Wow, that's aggressive.
It was annoying, dude.
Did it give you? Do you think that her doing that though, that teacher, gave you a good like thick skin for dealing with me?
No, I was raised around firefighters, so
And they're
you're
famous.
child's play to deal with.
Really?
Yeah, they're mean. Firefighters, you give them an inch, they'll make it a mile with whatever. What
if you've given them 1 inch
Anything.
of a highway?
a hangnail? You have a hangnail problem?
Uh-huh.
Oh, they'll tell you about that for the rest of your life. You complain about a hangnail, rest of your life. You complain about you stubbed your toe, rest of your life. There's shit I've said when I first met them, when they were in the academy.
Uh-huh.
If I see them, they'll mention it. Make fun of me of it. I'm like,
How old were you when you met these people and brought this up?
I said something when I was like 8, 9 maybe.
Wow.
You know?
That's a long
And then
time.
they poke fun of me. Then as I get older, it's just like a thing they keep doing. I'm like, dude, how do you remember this shit?
Yeah.
You know, it's some, like, I remember when I saw Sausage Party, the movie. I think it's called Sausage Party, right?
Sasha's Party?
Sausage
Party.
Sausage
Yeah,
Party.
like the wiggle, like a
Yeah.
hot dog.
The movie with like Seth Rogen and all
Yeah.
that shit, right? I remember I was talking about it to them, like, yeah, it's a fucked up movie. And it was weird. It's like really weird and shit goes, it's just like really weird going on, right? For some reason I went, it really makes you question your sexuality because you're seeing all this shit and you're like, you know what the fuck's going on, you know how to feel. And they kind of looked at me and like, makes you question sexuality. And I was like, and I realized what I did. And I was like, fuck.
It makes
okay.
you want to fuck a bagel.
No, more so just like, okay, no matter what happens here, they're going to hang this over me the rest of my life.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, okay, I either backtrack on it, get them more ammo, or I go all fucking in, dude.
Uh-huh.
And when I went all in, I went to the point they're like, Vegas, what's wrong with your fucking son, bro? Like, he's kind of crazy.
He's talking about suckling on hot dogs right in the supermarket.
I wasn't saying like specifics or anything. I was like, yeah, bro, it's fucking weird. You never seen a hot dog have orgy with fucking other hot dogs and goddamn buns and bagels. It makes you feel weird. Never happened to you guys? They're like, wow.
Did you know that in Germany this means asshole? Like just putting up your pinky, your ring, and your middle
this is
finger.
offensive in some countries.
A thumbs up is offensive? Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like a lot of things that we do that are normal, like this, like asshole, like that means like
Asshole.
good job or okay or whatever.
Yeah.
I think this might be something.
The like Cavalcade.
Yeah.
What does this like? This is very synonymous when you put your thumb and your pinky out. For those who aren't watching,
It's like
that's what surfers do. That's the Cavalcade.
yeah, like
hand.
if I was like sometimes when I see motorcycles on the street and they have a cool motorcycle and they drive past, I'll do this.
A motorcycle that has a cool motorcycle.
Like no, and someone who riding a motorcycle, it's a cool motorcycle.
A motorcycle riding a
And
motorcycle.
someone who has a cool motorcycle is riding a motorcycle and they
Uh-huh.
drive past me, I'll do this. A couple times they do it back, which is pretty cool. It's supposed to be like kind of like looking like rock on. That's a fucking sick bike.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes that happens. Speaking of, there's these fucking helmets that some motorcycle people wear. That's like the Predator helmet, and it has little dangly things on the back.
Okay.
I think it's so fucking dumb.
Why?
It just looks so dumb.
Do they go and make predator sounds?
No, it's just the helmet. I don't know because they're flying past me at fucking 100 miles per hour.
Well, you should pull them over.
Yeah,
you should bring out your registered siren.
I'll just keep my flashlight just doing this.
Yeah, just keep turning it on and off.
Hey, pull over, sir. Or ma'am, whoever's riding the bike. I think I've only seen one time a woman riding a motorcycle.
Really?
Like I can remember.
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
I want a motorcycle bad, so I always pay attention when I see him go by.
Was I with you or was I with Isaac when we were driving somewhere? And this, I swear, fucking cavalcade of over 200 motorcycles.
Cavalcade?
Yeah.
Like cavalry? What's fucking cavalcade? Is this like a Henry Cavill version of you?
Cavalcade.
Is like your relationship name with him?
Cavalcade? It's our relationship. It's our ship name.
Cavalcade. I can't feel like I'd be like I don't
very
know what
normal
this is.
word.
No, it's cavalcade.
Oh my gosh, this is another fucking applicable. Cavalcade's
a formal procession of people walking. So a procession. You could just call it a procession.
Why do you know what a procession is, but
because the
not a
Monaco
cavalcade?
Grand Prix every single year is a procession because there's no overtaking. Cars just follow each other around. They say that every single year. They don't say, yeah, the Monaco Grand Prix race is going to be a cavalcade because there's no overtaking on the track.
It's a really normal word.
No, it's not because it's just procession. It's another word for procession. Also, specifically, it's about horses. So, just saying that. Of people walking on horseback, okay, or riding in vehicles. I never heard someone say a cavalcade. I've heard procession all the time. Like when when people die and they follow each other, I've heard procession all the time. There's no way it's just a normal procession's more because it literally says a procession of. So it's a specific word meant for another word.
This is a
It's literally what this says.
Yeah. I knew it. Fuck. Okay.
Niet. What the fuck?
I don't know why, but that's Isaac's fucking.
I also say it's on top 5%. It's not in top 1%. And we know that. From this top 1% we know is more popular.
Cavalcade is really it's
a niche word.
It's not a niche word, everybody.
It's literally the same. It's a word for another word, which is procession.
Cavalcade's a very normal word.
If I look at procession, it's not going to say cavalcade in it. Procession is a number of people or vehicles moving forward in an orderly fashion, especially as part of a ceremony or festival. You know what a similar word for it is? Cavalcade. Because cavalcade literally means procession.
It's equally as normal as procession. I would argue procession is less used than cavalcade.
Which one's in a more percentage then? If I go to Merriam-Webster right
cavalcade.
now. Because cavalcade's top 5%.
Uh-huh.
And procession, top 3%. So procession is more used normally. Because no one in every year when I watch the Monaco Grand Prix, every year I hear people say it's going to be a procession because the cars just follow each other. Not once has someone said
cavalcade has more of a chaotic energy to it. When it's a cavalcade of things, it's
a stampede.
It's more like a stampede, yeah.
So why not call it a stampede then?
Because I used the word cavalcade.
Why is there gotta be a fancier word for a basic word? I don't understand this.
That's how English happens. There's synonyms.
It's stupid.
That's why the thesaurus exists.
Cavalcade's dumb.
Why is cavalcade dumb?
Because what the fuck does cavalcade? They went past and went, oh, that's a crazy procession going on. And someone went, nah, fuck you, it's cavalcade. That's what happened. That's the only way that could be a thing.
When you think of a procession, are you thinking of a very chaotic thing, or are you thinking everybody's in line, everybody knows where they're going?
Yeah, just about. But cavalcade doesn't say it's chaotic, though.
But the intention behind it is more often that a cavalcade, at least in my experience with the word cavalcade, really normal word.
It's really not.
It so is, dude.
Because it's used less than procession, so it's not a normal word then.
That doesn't mean that it's not a normal word. It's still in the top 5%.
Well, we already established that.
The fact that we're back to talking about
on a horseback or a mass trail ride by a company of riders. Focus on cavalcade participation rather than display. Often participants do not wear costumes. It doesn't matter. Are cavalcades chaotic?
I don't understand why you latched onto this so much. Anyway, there was a lot of motorcycles.
Because you were like saying, that's a normal word.
It is!
It's used less than procession, so it's not a normal word then. Procession is more normal than that. So I feel like I won this one, but that's whatever.
There's no winning.
There's winning for me.
There's no side of... winning is if you knew what cavalcade was from the start.
No.
I don't understand how how often I'm saying words and you don't know them.
Kid, you also have to realize, I am from a subset of people who were raised in a place called the ghetto. I'm not around.
Limit your vocabulary.
Yeah, but you're not around a lot of intellectual people who use big words. I haven't been around that for a lot of my life.
That's not the way I learned.
Yeah, I didn't watch fucking Ben 10 as a kid, and someone said, "Oh, look at that Cavalcade," or Bakugan, or Beyblade, or Pokemon.
Could have been on any of those shows, but you.
No way, I would remember that either. I'd be like, "Oh, fuck, that means I wouldn't care." I'm 5.
Yeah, but it would have been there.
I would remember it. You'd remember it.
Ash Ketchum would go like,
I'm convinced.
Pikachu.
I'm convinced you remember this because of your brain's a little different than ours.
Mm-hmm.
So they feel like these things would stand out more for you.
The word cavalcade.
Yes, because I've never heard someone use that before. I've heard procession because I've been inside a procession. No one called it a cavalcade before.
Because it's different. It's the synonym. They're similar.
Synonym
I'm telling
means
you.
the same then, right?
Correct. So I guess they're more adjacent.
What synonym?
Apparently they are the same according to dictionary, but from my experience, a cavalcade is more chaotic. It's not like a stampede because I don't think it's random. I think it's organized, but it's the energy of a stampede with the organization of a procession.
Okay, so then a procession is supposed to be organized and neat, right?
Yes.
So would you call a race organized and neat? So why wouldn't they call a race when anything can happen a cavalcade then?
Because in a race, the base idea is that you're getting from one end to the other, and you understand there's rules in place.
Mm-hmm.
There's a variable. But the rules
are broken though.
Correct. What can happen inside of it is variable, but I don't know. They call it a procession because that's the way that it's supposed to go. It's not supposed to play out like a cavalcade.
So a cavalcade is random. But they're supposed to get a point A to point B still, though.
Yeah.
When it said they're going from one area to another.
I think so.
So they're basically the same thing, just two different words for the same thing then. Because it didn't say anything.
That's where we were at the start.
It didn't say anything about being chaotic or whatever. They're literally the same thing. Just for some reason, someone said, "No, I want to use cavalcade instead of procession because I'm different." Because it's a less common word.
How words work, dude.
Which doesn't make why can't we just have one word that they all mean the same thing? I don't get it. It's like, oh yeah, want to play some baseball? What's baseball? As we go like this dirt area, we there's 4 bases. And we hit it like a ball with a stick. Oh, you mean stick hit ball game?
That's so different.
How? It's the same thing, isn't it?
There's a difference because it's a proper noun.
Stick hit ball game could be a proper noun.
It could if baseball was called stick hit ball game. Then if someone called it baseball, everybody fucking make fun of that guy. But it's not called that. It's called baseball. So it's a proper noun. Mm-hmm. So when you look at it, you're not like, what the fuck's wrong with that? Because you're looking at the word baseball and you're like, that's baseball. But when there's something that's not a proper noun and just means something at large, like it's a more vague term, you're able to apply multiple different words to that because it's interchangeable and there might be slight differences to the way that the word means, or it might apply to the situation in a better way.
So when someone passes away in your procession of cars going from one place to point B, right? Like from the ceremony place to the graveyard, right?
Okay.
They're going from point to point B in an organized fashion, right? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of somber. And you have a parade. They're going to point A to point B in one orderly fashion, but it's more energetic because of parade. Why the fuck are 2 different words for those things?
Well, parade and a procession are also synonyms, I think.
No, I'm not talking about that, but a parade and cavalcade. Because I was saying a cavalcade is a parade.
Yeah.
So why the fuck is it not just a parade? And B, why the fuck's not just a procession?
I think a parade is organized chaos.
It also didn't say procession specifically for funerals.
Yeah.
But it's just people automatically assume that's what that is for.
Right.
So why the fuck do we not just call anything that's an orderly fashion, a straight line of multiple groups of people in cars, horses, or walking a procession?
Because
why isn't a marathon a procession? Well, marathon makes sense because it's a marathon of length.
It's because of how it is used connotationally. When you're looking at it, it's, oh, hey, look at this. We are going this way in this specific. And because procession has been so tied to funerals, when you say a procession and you mean something fucking happy.
It's also part of the Monaco Grand Prix, which is a racing event of Formula 1.
I'm just saying that most people are applying it to a funeral and not the Monaco Grand Prix. Because most people don't watch Formula 1, especially in America. Mm-hmm. So, when they hear the word procession, like, who the fuck died?
They're British.
What?
They're British. The people who air Formula 1, they talk about it. don't know why I'm whispering.
Why? I don't know why you're whispering. And I don't know what point you're proving right now.
Because they're not American, they're saying what procession is. So they're putting it towards the race. Not saying it's a procession because are we already? Oh, it's Isaac.
It's Isaac. Isaac, I need you're on the podcast. Such an important question.
No, don't ask him what's a cavalcade. Ask him the question that
what's your question?
What's more common, cavalcade or procession?
As a word
that you would use. If you see an order of cars going in a direction.
Okay.
What would you use out of those two words?
A procession.
Thank God, Isaac. I want to suck your lips so
That's
hard
not
right now.
How.
But you okay? How about this then? A motorcycle gang that you saw a lot of motorcycles. Right?
We saw a lot of motorcycles coming towards us, and it was in a wild fashion.
What is that?
It's just a fuck ton of motorcycles.
You wouldn't call it a cavalcade, right?
Why would it? It's like 200 motorcycles. You were with me.
Are you talking about, Cade, is it like that day when we went to Goodwill for immortality?
Yes, and we just saw this fucking cavalcade of motorcycles coming towards us.
I mean...
Well, how about this? What word do you think is more common? Because Cade looked at me crazy like, you don't know what cavalcade...
But, like, procession really does sort of apply...
It's applicable.
It's mostly applicable to, like, funerals and such, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But in the dictionary, it says things going in an orderly fashion from point A to point B, correct?
Isaac, this is another applicable. We've been talking about this for 10 minutes.
No, because applicable, I didn't know what it meant.
You didn't know what cavalcade meant.
Cavalcade means the same thing as applicable.
As procession.
Fuck, procession. Gosh, so many words right now.
Look, I gotta be real with you, guy. You're both right.
I know we're both right, but Joaquin is what Joaquin is arguing is that my use of cavalcade was strange and unusual.
No, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing, so I just don't get why we use a less known version of it. Because I looked it up, and cavalcade is less popular than procession. As factual.
That's the word I thought of.
You're talking to
Cade. I know. He used the weirdest fucking words.
There.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Cade's just a weird little goofy dude.
And then what bothers me though is Cade goes, you don't know what this random obscure word is that most people don't know?
It is not an obscure word.
It is obscure compared to procession, which means the same exact thing. It means the same fucking thing.
Isaac, do you think that cavalcade is an obscure word?
Joaquin's gonna be so mad.
Oh my God! You tell me
It's not that like.
You're telling me you hear cavalcade on not a regular basis, but you hear like, oh yeah,
you don't hear procession on a regular basis.
I do. I see it happen. I see a procession happen more than a fucking cavalcade of goddamn motorcycles down the goddamn freeway.
You're so angry
because I just don't get it.
More common. Cavalcade is still a decently common word. Not like super duper.
Why am I so angry about this?
So angry. Right? I feel like cavalcade's so normal.
It's not that normal, dude.
It's so normal, dude. Like, it's not an obscure word. You're so angry. You're out of breath.
It's because, like,
you're red.
It's because when
you're red in the face.
It's because when you presented it, you went, you know what a fucking cavalcade is? I was like, what the fuck was that?
That's the timer. That's the timer.
Because you were like, you know what cavalcade is? I was like, yeah, I don't know what cavalcade is. He's like, I don't know what cavalcade is.
It's such a normal word.
It's not.
You guys have fun finishing out the pod.
Thank you. Thank you for your help.
Of course.
We get into word theory
or
whatever so much on this show.
Bye.
I don't understand.
I don't know what happens, guy. Like, we dive headfirst into words so much.
You use fucking very different words that I've never heard before. And then you're like, you never heard this word before that no one's ever used before in your life? Really? I swear to God, never heard cavalcade. I've heard motorcade more.
That makes sense.
I've heard motorcade a couple times, like with the president or whatever.
Yeah.
Never fucking cavalcade, because caval is the same thing as cavalry, which is horses. That's why when it says horseback, because cavalry.
You're so angry.
Because I can't accept the fact that it's just like I'm the only one who doesn't know what cavalcade is. Because gotta be at least one dude listening to this fucking podcast who went, "What's cavalcade?"
And
then when I said, "What's cavalcade?" they're like, "Oh, so it's not just me."
If you're that one person, please comment. Please comment.
Won't.
Please reach out, cadeandjoaquin@gmail.com. Tell us if you didn't know what cavalcade meant. I'm gonna go draw Joaquin a bath so he can calm down. Goodbye.